Hey guys, Augiesaint here and welcome to the channel. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I want to talk to you guys about the first Descendant open beta that has just recently closed. Sadly, was a lot of fun. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it, stuff that I think we could see, stuff that I'm looking forward to, and just a general idea of how it plays, what it's like, what it's similar to, if you should even be bothered about picking it up. I mean, it's going to be free, so you won't be losing anything except your time, so it all depends on what you value with your time. But overall, I would say, long and short, TLDR, it's kind of like a Warframe-y, Destiny-ish kind of a thing, and the closest game in comparison for me was Warframe. So if you have liked Warframe at all in the past, you should like this. It will feel very familiar to you. If you've never played Warframe before, then this is a good time to actually just try it out when it comes out. I think next year, February, I have heard stuff about it coming out then, but until we know any further, we have no idea when it's actually coming out. I will obviously keep you all up to date on it once it does come out and once I know more news about it on the channel. So if you are interested in it, stick around to the channel. Hitting the subscribe button could keep you notified on all that goodness. So without further ado, let's talk about First Descent. It is developed by Nexon. If you guys are familiar with Nexon, I myself only really know the one game from the Maple Story. As you guys know, I'm a big Lost Ark player, and I know a lot of people that play Lost Ark spoke about Maple Story. So with that, I actually looked at Maple Story and then I see, okay, well, Nexon makes Maple Story, and there's a lot of stuff about them being pay to win and very high, what do you call it, monetization games. So yeah, pay to win stuff. And I mean, I don't really care too much about it as long as they don't make the game extremely pay to win, because I don't, myself personally, I don't care about it, but I know a lot of you guys will, and doesn't sit well with our Western community of players, is that if you make something pay to win, people are just going to gravitate away from it. I don't mind as long as you can grind for the same stuff. If someone has more money than me and I have more time, if we can come to the same point, well, that's for them to do and spend their money how they like. That's just my opinion on the whole pay to win thing, but hopefully the game doesn't go too much in that direction, because otherwise it's a pretty solid game. I mean, it's just literally, like I said before, Warframe. If you played Warframe at all, it's like the early days of Warframe, not like super early, but like where Warframe was sitting at a good point, because Warframe kind of launched at like a rocky place, and now Warframe is just so overwhelming to get into because there's so many new things. I haven't played Warframe for over about a year, 2 years. I think the last time I played Warframe is when Railjack just came in. So that was a long time ago, and for me to actually start playing Warframe now, I want to do it, but my save is on PS4, so I'm kind of waiting for the cross save to come in, and then I'm going to pick up Warframe again on PC. But otherwise, the First Descendant definitely scratches that itch that I have for like a looter shooter slash Warframe game, especially now with the fall and rise and fall of Diablo 4. That's a topic for another video. But yeah, D4 is not in a good place right now. There's just not much to do. I'm waiting for the season before I start covering stuff on the channel about D4 again, so stay up to date for that. But yeah, First Descendant, good place for all you Diablo 4 refugees, Lost Ark refugees, wherever you may be coming from on my channel. Warframe players, Destiny players, it's got something for everyone. It's very grindy though, so I do want to put that out in the front. If you don't like grindy games, then this is probably not the game for you. Because what I was thinking to myself about this game is how to kind of explain it in a way. What progression looks like is you could be really skilled, but then some guy with way more hours than you and way better mods than you could just do more damage than you or carry through a fight, because that's just kind of how the progression works. Like, it's not too skill based. The game is not difficult, so to say. It's literally just grindy, because things that make you stronger are mods, and the way you level up your mods is by grinding endless missions, which is very grindy and repetitive. So if you don't like that kind of gameplay and you more gravitate towards skill based gameplay, where like, okay, your aim is really good, so if you hit it on the head, you should be doing more damage than everyone else. But then this other guy with like super decked out mods could be hitting it in the body and still be doing more damage than you. I mean, it's probably not that bad, but you know what I'm saying. Trying to get like my point across is the guy that puts in more time, because it's a really grindy game. You need to level up your mods. So mods are like your main source of power. And then obviously knowing where the weak points are, but I mean, it's as easy as pressing the scan button and then the weak points are highlighted yellow for you, so you know exactly where to shoot. So if you've got any sort of mechanical shooting aim and you can shoot at a target dummy with some really good mods on, you can do pretty good in the game. And then there is some mechanics in the later void intercept missions. Those were actually my favorite part of the game, and that's why I'm interested to start playing it once it does come out on the full release. Is I really want to see what they do with the void intercept missions, if we'll get another line of them, because right now we only got the first couple. I think it was like 3 on the normal mode, and then on the hard mode we got 5 of them, going from level, what's it, like 40 all the way up to level 60, the Frostwalker there being the last one. And then I want to see where they actually take that, because once you got to the last couple of bosses, they actually had very specific mechanics If you guys have done the Hangman at all, if you want, I could check up a video about it. But basically, there is some like actual dungeon mechanics to that one. You need, I think it's like at least 3 players, so there's required players, how many you can queue for it. So if you match make, you need to wait for at least 3 other players before you can even get into the fight, as there is a mechanic happening in the middle of the room. There's like these gauges that fill up, or these pipes, tubes, whatever you want to call them. And then once those fill up to a certain point, if it like fills up all the way, I believe you wipe. I never got to that point because on the second pool we actually killed him. But there's a ball as well in the middle of the room, and someone has to pick up this ball and then run around, and it puts the boss into like this enrage mode, but it's going to start draining the tubes. And actually, sorry, once you stagger the boss, you'll have like this little stagger mechanic where he points at a player and then everybody has to shoot the head. Obviously not the runner, because we call that guy with the ball. He's going to be running around causing this all to happen. But then if you do stagger the boss's head while the runner has the ball in his hands, then I think the tubes lose about 40 to 50% of the actual filling upness, like the gas or whatever's in the liquid stuff. And you just do that twice, and then the runner goes back and puts the ball back in the middle, because then the boss is also immune during all of this. The only part he's not immune is during the stagger check. So you see, like, that's a cool mechanic. It's not overwhelming. I mean, one person picks up the ball, other 3 people look at the boss, and then once he starts enraging and doing his little beam thingy, everybody shoots the head. It's very obvious. It does show like a little cross on his head when it's like, it lights up really bright, so you know to shoot it. I mean, it's a shooting game. If anything lights up, anything funny happens, just shoot it and see what happens. So that was really fun. And then Frostwalker also had a pretty interesting mechanic. So I really want to see where they take these void intercepts. If they end up giving us something like Destiny Raid, I don't think they'll give us something as complex as like Destiny Raids, but at least just something cool like that, but on a bigger scale. Maybe with 6 players. I mean, the maximum we can have right now is 4 players. So if they take those void intercepts and make like a super hard void intercept or something, just like a extra hard mode, or like a what's another extreme, yeah, it could go like normal, hard, and then like extreme mode or something, where you need to have like 6 ascendants or something, like a minimum of 5 or something cool. Just check down below in the comments what you guys think about like raids and stuff with the first ascendant kind of gameplay slash Destiny. A little bit of that thrown in there, maybe some raid bosses from Borderlands like that with a little bit of their mechanics as well. Just something cool. That's what I really want to see them go towards. But other than that, I thought the game was pretty fun. It does have a lot of grindiness to it, so a lot of people will actually be put off from the grindiness. It's very grindy, especially in the beta. We did have like 300 or 400% multiplier on the XP. I'm not sure the exact number, but everything was a lot faster in the beta for obvious reasons. I mean, it's a beta. We're there to just test it out and play around with it and see how it goes. But yeah, it's gonna be very grindy. So don't think that it's, don't get into it thinking it's not going to be grindy, because it's grindy. And like, I mean, like lost, like higher than Lost Ark levels of grindy. You just need to farm up your gold, farm up the mods, and then farm up the, what's it, not Kuva, something with the K, to actually level up your mods. We'll just call it the mod enhancing material for now. I forgot all the names. I literally put 80 hours into the beta and I still can't remember the names, because I was just like going ham on it and trying to record as many videos as I can. Have a bunch of them coming to the channel as well, so stay tuned for those. I think I'm going to save the build guides for once we get closer to the actual launch of it, because it feels a little bit weird putting up the build guides now when the beta is closed, so you can't actually go in and try them out. But if you want to see them, chuck down in the comments. I will post them a little bit earlier if you guys would like to see that. So overall, my thoughts, there they are. Maybe, hopefully I wasn't ranting on too much. This is totally not scripted. It's just me talking to you guys as I see and what I've felt about the game. Super grindy. Very fun void intercepts for me at least. I know the first one, Devour, is a little bit overtuned for randoms. Maybe reduce the amount of orbs so it's 4, so that you can all split up and then just each take one, because they add the 5th one, so it kind of like throws people off, because then they second guess where they should go, and then they see someone else going and they go somewhere else. So it kind of wastes time and gives him more time to regen. So maybe reduce it down to 4 orbs and reduce the amount of healing that the Devourer does as well. The other bosses though, they were pretty well tuned. I felt they were really well made and designed. The Pyro guy just has like a gimmick where he is reduced damage from guns. So instead of using your guns, just take a J-Bear and use your turrets to burst them down. That's what I did anyway. And then Dead Bride was kind of just like a bullet sponge. You just have to shoot her. She doesn't really do much. I mean, she's got the snow globe thing, but as soon as you see immune, you just run away. So very simple boss mechanics to understand. None of them were overly complicated. But like the Frostwalker, that one was a little bit complicated. We won't go over that one in this video, but that one was a little bit complicated for pugs to try and get together without communication. And because of the region where I play from, most of them speak Spanish, my pugs, so I couldn't really talk to them and get them to you know, do the mechanics, because I said I would do running and stuff, but nobody ever answered whenever I said something. So I personally did not actually get to beat Frostwalker in the beta, unfortunately. That's just because of the region minimum. So hopefully we can build up the Discord by the time this comes out, and then we can all play and group up together and speak English to each other. I do speak Spanish, but not fluently, so unfortunate for me on that. But it is what it is. I like the game. Rating so far, I don't want to give it a rating yet because we haven't seen everything. I did like the diversity in the frames as well. There's quite a lot of different play styles in all of them, although I did kind of gravitate towards literally just playing 2 Ascendants the whole time. I played Glay for bosses and I played Bunny for farming. So far is going to be the meta. Glay is for bossing, Bunny's for farming, and then J-Bear is really good to support the group with his heals. And then Ajax, I think you could maybe buff. So the shields, like when you shoot through the shield, maybe you get a damage buff. I'm not sure how that works. If that is a thing, then definitely that's going to be like the god combo right there. Have like Ajax, Glay, J-Bear, maybe 2 Glays and Ajax and Glaybear would be like the real boss killing group. And then for farming, just 4 bunnies. Don't even think about it. Just 4 bunnies, run in circles. We need to make like some kind of a macro. Maybe I should play with a controller, because playing with the mouse and running in circles the whole time kind of gets tiring, but you know, it is what it is. Anyway, that is my thoughts on the beta. I'm pretty excited for it. I'm going to keep you guys updated for when the full game does come out, and I can't wait to give it a try. And it's going to be free, so literally all you'll be losing is your time. And if you had any little bit of fun while playing it, then it's time well spent. Because at the end of the day, that's all what gaming is about. Having fun and chilling out and, you know, just relaxing, having some fun. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, please drop a like and a sub. And I'll catch you beautiful people in the next one. Augiesaint out.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer.